Welcome back to a conversation about the best podcast by a guy who doesn't need weights to get a pump on his forearms. Joining me today is a really good friend of mine, Dereck. I met you at one of my previous jobs, and we always had really good conversations then. So I'm excited about where this conversation is going to go today. Welcome to start off. I'm glad you came.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So the majority of our conversations are usually fitness related, although they can be anything else. We almost always talk about going to the gym and our fitness goals and where we're at. So I'd like to start off this conversation just by asking you, how are you doing on your fitness goals? Like, do you feel like you're progressing? How do you feel right now?
I feel fantastic. I've honestly felt the best physically that I have, like, ever at 32 years old.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So obviously that's a really big statement. What do you think contributes to that?
Diet.
Okay.
Huge contributor is diet.
Diet as in eating less greasy foods, counting your calories, maybe I think you mentioned less sugar. Like what aspect of your diet? Because diet is like, I think it's like a really big term that people say, oh, I'm on a diet, and it just means they're not drinking soda anymore, which, is fair. But.
Yeah, I say diet mostly because saying it's a lifestyle choice just seems pretty... It's almost as bad as saying, like, yeah, I'm vegan. I'm against, all of the animal cruelty in the world. Mm-hmm. So,
and then not really meaning it?
Yeah, so I just say it's part of... Because it is technically a diet, but whenever you hear diet, most of the time that means a short-term way of eating until you go back to how you used to eat. So, but for me, it's mostly just... I can still enjoy a lot of the food. Like, I can pretty much eat whatever. Mm. It's just the ingredients. That's the biggest contributor to, that's the difference between high calorie and low calorie.
Yeah.
Nutrition and just complete junk food. So I can have, so on my days off, I always have French toast. Okay. And usually people think French toast, like, I can't have French toast anymore if I want to get healthy. So I use wheat bread, 100% wheat bread. I do eggs. Doesn't have to be organic, just regular eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I use a sprinkle of cinnamon on top for added flavor. Yeah, and cinnamon's actually very good for you. And then sugar-free syrup, which you can't even tell it's sugar-free.
I don't know.
It's where he consumes like 10,000 calories in just one sitting.
Wow.
So the way he's able to do that and still stay lean and have a six-pack, which I still don't have... Yeah, that's okay. That's a whole nother thing. Anyway, so he's able to eat that meal for 10,000 calories.
Sure you don't want to unpack that real quick?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
But the rest of the week, like let's say those other 6 days, he's only having like maybe 200 to 500 calories per day.
Ooh.
So that's with doing salad, that's with doing water, maybe some fruit, some watermelon, very low calorie dense foods. But he diets the entire week so that way that one day he can do a refeed. And he's basically getting all of his calories right there. So that's how he's able to balance it out. So
that's crazy.
For you, like you do have that Taco Bell. Let's say that you go 500 calories over, and that's on the light end for Taco Bell. Yeah. Okay, more realistically, let's say 1,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was probably 1,000. So with the soda and everything, yeah.
So let's say you start out at the beginning of the week. Let's say Monday, you have that extra 1,000 calories. Okay, so the rest of the week you just have to decrease your calories by like 200 or 300, or for the next 2 days like 500 each, like however you want to do it. But if you do that, then it's not really going to be hurting your results.
That actually makes a lot of sense, actually, because I weigh myself pretty much every day, which is unhealthy in its own problem in and of itself. But I have noticed that at the end of the week, usually Sundays are my reset day. I don't do much other than clean the apartment, trim up, and wash clothes, laundry, all the maintenance house stuff or chores that I don't do, and then make food. I noticed that at the end of that, in the beginning of the morning on Sundays, I weigh the least. So typically I'm weighing around 170 pretty evenly, and then that fluctuates throughout the week. Usually it's a little less. By Sundays I'm down to 166, 165 almost, which is big of a difference. But Monday through Friday are really strict very strict calorie deficits. And it's probably only like 300 or 400 calories that I'm in a deficit, but it's like very strict. Everything I eat is like almost completely healthy. And then, Friday night, Saturday night, or all of Saturday, those are cheat days. But I noticed that you're right. Even then, the weekly total adds up to, being what I need it to be. And then I have the weight I want to be. But also, I've had a lot of friends tell me that I don't need to be in a calorie deficit because I don't need to get smaller. I don't need to lose weight. Like, I obviously body dysmorphia. Like, I look at myself in the mirror and I see a stomach coming out, and I'm thinking, damn, like, I can't be this skinny but also have a stomach coming out. So like, I get in my head with that. Yeah.
Because I'm there too. I am also skinny fat, which sucks. Because if I'm gonna be skinny, at least let me be full skinny. If I'm gonna be fat, let me just have it all over.
Yes,
but
don't
skinny
let me be
fat
this
is
fucking skinny and then my stomach stick out, because that's not attractive. Nobody wants to. Maybe I'm just living life wrong, but no girl at the club wants to rub up on the skinny fat guy.
I mean, it totally makes sense. Which I guess we can get back to it. To where I still don't have a six-pack. I'm 32 years old. I've been active my entire life up until like somewhere in adulthood. I took a break from physical fitness to work on other ambitions, and then like I said 3 years ago, I got back into it, and now I'm the best shape I've ever been in. However, still don't have the visible six-pack, which is what a lot of us aspire to have.
Yeah.
So I have the ab muscles. Okay, like if I flex and I lean back to where like all the fat comes this way, gravity, then you can see abs there.
Yeah.
But because of my total body fat percentage, which I would estimate I'm between 15 to 20%, they're just not visible.
Lower ends. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's also because I don't I've just found workouts for my abs that finally engage them. So it took, out of all those 3 years, all the ab exercises that I've ever tried, I just barely found the ab exercises that actually engage them to where they actually feel it, to where they're actually sore the next day.
Where they're actually working.
Yes.
Not just like a passive.
So you don't have to be like very knowledgeable like right out of the gate on what works for you. Like, it's a work in progress. You're going to find out what works, what doesn't work. Like you said, everybody's built differently. So for me, like, I'm the farthest in my progress to obtaining a six-pack that I've ever gotten. And that's due to diet and also the way that I structure my workouts. And also the rest. Rest is key, and I still struggle with that every once in a while.
Yeah, because you just want to keep going. You don't want to take the off day. I will say this, and I'm sure you already know this, but it's honestly really difficult to like have a really nice six-pack because of how much body fat percentage you have to cut. Like, you have to be probably under 12, probably under 10%. And that's just I mean, for the everyday working person that, still has a family, that still has other priorities, that still needs to be focusing on other life things. And even though fitness is like a really important part of your life, it's not everything. It's really hard to attain that. Like, realistically, like living the rest of your life at 8-10% body fat is just, not sustainable in the long term. I've heard a lot about bodybuilders who, when they cut down that much, when they're at 7% body fat and their bodies look fucking amazing, like you can see every muscle, they're like the feat of human possibility physically, they're just like the ideal, like godlike figure, so fucking strong, is that they have a lot of not mental but psychological things that they have to endure while they do it. The increased amount of stress, the fact that you're telling your body that it's not strong enough to survive in the environment that it's currently in, which is kind of basically what working out is, right? Like, we work out to tell our bodies, hey, we need to be stronger to live in the environment we're in. So you're constantly telling your body that it's not strong enough, so it needs to get stronger, but you're not giving it the nutrients it needs because you're cutting. That really fucks with your psyche. That really fucks with your brain. And then on top of that, a lot of them take a lot of performance enhancing drugs. I can't speak. So it's just not the right mental state you want to be in. It's like, okay, you look that good, but at what cost? It's probably going to fuck up a lot of your relationships if you're constantly at the gym and you're probably always cranky and all this other stuff. So
oh yeah, they get cranky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When I'm in a calorie deficit and I get hangry really bad, but in general, I wake up in the morning. I'm like, I know I'm gonna be in a bad mood today. I haven't eaten. I'm in a deficit. I feel really fucking good, but no one talks to me because I hate everyone right now.
See, what I would suggest. So like, if you're trying to lose weight, which honestly for you, I would probably just stay at maintenance calories and then just up the you know, what is the word? The intensity of your workouts. So like probably incorporate more protein and carbs and just like have the fats low, which is what I currently do. So like that's mine is like high protein, medium carbs, low fat. And I'm able to function pretty well with that. Because like if it's affecting you mentally like that, because like me, I don't really see it. Like I don't have any difficulties with the way that I eat and whatnot. Like, but I've also programmed my brain to where like if I start thinking about like fast food, like you mentioned Taco Bell earlier, as soon as I started thinking about eating it, I started feeling fatter.
Well, okay,
it was weird. It's
hey, if that works for you though,
it kind of does. Like I think about like McDonald's, like if I just think about it, like my stomach's like no, don't give me Dosh.
Yeah,
but
especially McDonald's.
Yeah, so like if I do have a cheat meal, like it'll still be somewhat healthy. Like if I go to if I want pizza, I'll make it a healthy pizza. Like there's this place called Mod Pizza.
Yeah,
you get to choose your, you know, it's kind of like Subway. You choose your breading, and then you get to pick up all the toppings that you want. It's amazing. And then like,
I mean, it's gonna be healthier than Pizza Hut or Domino's that are extremely greasy.
Oh yeah, because then like,
but
you're gonna feel the guilt then.
Yeah, but you still get your greasy pizza. It's just not as It's
not as bad. Yeah. And then like if I decide, okay, well I'm gonna go to a burger place because I love burgers. I love burgers so much. That's probably my weakness right there. I'll get the healthier. Like I'll either get grilled chicken, or if I just say screw it, I'm gonna get something with meat. I'm gonna make sure it doesn't have cheese. It doesn't have all that extra add-ons and stuff.
The one thing I can't do is cut down on burgers. Actually, I told you we had to cancel yesterday because I had to run an errand with one of my friends. And after helping him with that errand, he took me to Holy Cow here in Austin. It's a really good burger place.
Really?
Every time me and him hang out, we always get wings, and I told him we need to get something different. And he said, I got a burger place for you. It is one of the best burger places I've been to here in Austin. It's really good. But since you mentioned burger, sorry, I'm going to go on a little, not tantrum, what is it, tangent? Whatever.
Tangent, yeah.
I'm going to go on my own little thing here. I cannot give up burgers. Pardon my, I cannot give up burgers. Like, they have to be the greasiest. They have to have all the cheese. They have to have all the toppings. It has to have so much mayo. Oh, my God. And a little bit of ketchup. I'm a mayo fan. I can't give up burgers, no matter where I go. But my friend got the healthy vegan option of a burger.
See, I've tried those.
And it was mushroom buns.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. Oh, I haven't tried that one yet.
Yeah, and I was looking at it like, honestly, that doesn't look bad. It looked like thin bread. And he said it tasted just as good as a regular burger. And I don't know if I believe that. But I don't know if I believe that.
I've had some bean
enjoying it.
Yeah, I've had some bean patty burgers, like where they pretty much like they use like different beans, different vegetables to create the patty and whatnot. And then you'll eat it. It's not the same. It's not the same, but I mean, it is an alternative to where you can still get your burger and have sweet potato fries. I always recommend, instead of getting regular fries.
I'm not a fan of sweet potato fries.
See, I can go with sweet potato fries with some ketchup, no salt, because that's another thing. People go way too much on the salt, and so that way the body retains a whole lot of water. Because that's another thing, is all the water retention. But at the same time, you need salt, which is something that I always have. Like every single day, I have to have Liquid IV, which is what is inside of this. If anybody wants to sponsor this, Liquid IV.
Liquid IV.
Yeah.
Please sponsor us.
Yeah. So
we'll talk shit about all the other liquid brands or liquid powder brands.
Now, it's weird because like up until I have Liquid IV, like I can feel it. I can feel the difference. But once I have this, like it's like a cheat code. My body's just like, yes, this is what we need.
And that's a daily thing. This sounds like a paid sponsorship by Liquid IV, right?
Yeah.
But no, really. If I didn't think that would be. Is it almost to the point where it functions almost as coffee for other people, where people just don't feel the same until they have coffee?
That's what it is.
With a,
it's like I'm almost. I wouldn't say dependent, but if I do want to feel better, like especially to feel hydrated, because that's what the Liquid IV does. It helps hydrate you. Once I have it, I don't know, because if I just drink regular water, I mean, like, yeah, I'm getting the hydration, but this, I don't know, it makes it, I feel it going into my muscles. Like I don't, my body feels full, not my stomach, but my body feels fuller whenever I drink it. So it's like moisture is going to like all the joints and all the muscles and everything.
I have to try this. This sounds fucking magical.
Yeah, and it's not that expensive either.
Yeah.
It's like $10 for a pack of 6. So it's a little more than $1, which, I mean, for people who buy the drinks at like Walmart or the convenience store, like you're paying like
oh my god, the fucking convenience stores, man. I swear to God, I'm craving. This will happen any given day. This could happen right after we're done. This could happen right now. I start craving an energy drink, and I run to the nearest location to buy one, and it's always a convenience store that always charges me up to $3 for it, and I'm thinking, fuck, I wish caffeine did not have this chokehold on me, but here I am.
Then you might need to stock up then, because so what do you have to have? Like, so you said a Red Bull.
Yeah, so it doesn't actually matter what brand of drink. I've stayed away from Bang just because my caffeine tolerance was just extremely high. Like, there was nothing that would satisfy other than a Bang and a half, or like coffee and then Bang. Like, it was getting, or Bang and then pre-workout, which is even worse. So I was getting to a point where that was really bad for me. So I started cutting down. I switched over to first Rain. Rain, they taste pretty good. And then I switched down to C4. And C4 has a little less. Their energy drinks, people talk shit about their pre-workout powder, which is ass, unless if you guys want to sponsor us. But their actual canned drinks are really good, and they have, you know, all these crazy flavors. Here's the sponsorship part where I'm talking good about it. They have some really good flavors. But recently I've switched over to Ghost, which has a little less caffeine. Red Bull sometimes, because they have the least, it's like 100 to 160 milligrams of caffeine. So if I can go a whole day with just drinking a Red Bull, then I'm probably okay, because that means tomorrow I can just drink coffee and I'll probably not, need it. So at this point every day, as long as I have coffee in the morning, I'm probably okay. I've weaned myself off, but that took a lot of time.
So now you can do just coffee.
Now I can do just coffee, but sometimes I'm craving, like sometimes I do crave just an energy drink. I'm a fan of the taste. A lot of people don't like it, but they have some really good ones out there that, hey, what is it? The Airheads? The Warhead C4? Or the Starburst C4
I'd say that sounds
really
sweet.
good. The Warhead is actually Ghost. Ghost and Warheads are together.
Okay, because I've seen the Skittles C4.
The Skittles C4 is also really good. Yeah, I recommend. I have a friend that told me that goes really well with tequila.
You know what? I could see that.
And I'm down for tequila. Tequila makes me do some things, so I've been wanting to try it. It's like, I feel like it's a step up from a vodka Red Bull. Like, if you want to be classy, give me a C4 with Jose Cuervo or some shit. I mean, you still want, like, you don't want to put good tequila in it, but you want to have tequila.
Yeah.
Are you much of a drinker?
No. When I'm not working out, I can drink. Like, whenever I went to my friend's wedding. I was actually his best man over in Florida, so that was fun. And I wasn't working out because, it's that time of year where I do Black Friday for the back room and whatnot at Walmart. And I wasn't working out. So my body wasn't sore. It wasn't rebuilding itself. It was just, maintenance. So I was able to drink. And I haven't drank in a long time. And I had 16 drinks that night. 16
drinks? Holy
Open
shit.
bar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
16 different mixed drinks, 16 different shots, 16 different beers, a mixture of those. I'm so interested now.
I did some rum and Coke.
Okay.
Jack and Coke.
Okay.
I tried a whiskey sour.
Okay, yeah.
I tried like 2 or 3 other ones, but like I think it was the
And
Jack and Coke.
these are full size
They were,
cocktails.
yeah, they're about
Okay.
that size. So they're pretty good. They're pretty
Damn.
good size. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Now, when I am working out, I can't drink. I've learned that the hard way.
And you didn't throw up that night. Just
no,
damn.
yeah,
Okay.
yes,
That's
so,
impressive.
Thank
You know
you.
what? I respect that.
Thank you. But whenever, like, because there's been times where I've been like working out and then like I'll drink later on that night, I'm out for like 3 or 4 days. Like, it is no joke. I can't do it.
I got 2 things. I got patronized by one of my best friends for that. Because we were talking about, I was trying to get him to come out to go party, probably Domain or something. And he said, no, because I have things to do tomorrow morning. And I said, so what? You won't be hungover. We'll have a couple of drinks. And he's like, oh, see, what happens is once you get past 28, believe it or not, after you take a couple of drinks, you wake up feeling like shit the next morning. And he said, you wouldn't know that because you're less than 25. And I just felt so dumb. Like, I felt such a child in that moment thinking, oh, you know what? Maybe he has a point. Like, shit, I don't want to get old anymore, but here we are. The second thing is, you took 16 fucking drinks at a wedding and you were okay?
Oh, yeah.
I know bitches who take 2 drinks and ask for IDs or that are wilding out. Bitch, you know who you are. This man yeah, she'll be okay with it. This man, you had 16 drinks and you were like out there just doing your thing.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't dancing up until I got to like the double digits.
Yeah, wow. See, when I go out, and I hate this about myself, is that I also have like a really high tolerance for alcohol, which means it gets really expensive when I go out every night, which I need to stop. So my friends are like 2 or 3 drinks in, and they're pretty buzzed. They're really tipsy. They're probably borderline drunk. And I'm like, where's the party at? I'm just getting started on 5 drinks. And especially, I've been switching over to a lot of vodka Red Bulls when I go to clubs because usually it's later in the night and I'm already tired from all the other shit I did. So like the little energy drink kicks it in. But I could probably down like 10 of those in a row and be okay. So first of all, that's really expensive because you're thinking about that's over $100. But second of all, I don't know. I kind of would rather be a lightweight at that point.
Yeah, because it sounds like because like you have a high tolerance with caffeine, with alcohol. It sounds like.
But I've built up those tolerance. Well, for caffeine, I built up that tolerance. For alcohol, I guess it's just been a steady thing. But I don't drink. That's the thing. I don't drink that much. I guess I have a high tolerance for both of those.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You just like some people like we're all just like built different. Like some
Yeah.
people. Because, like, I don't know what, like, usually I can't do that many drinks. I don't know what it was about open bar.
Yeah.
It's like the voice in the back of my head just, like, took a seat and was like, you know what, let's see what happens.
You let yourself go, which is okay. I mean, we need those days. I have some friends that party every weekend, and I have some friends that, like, don't go out at all. And, I mean, I think there's a balance. I think this past month, I've gone out every weekend, and this is the first weekend where I've just stayed home and chilled, and I feel so much fucking better. First of all, my wallet feels it and thanks me, and second of all, like I'm finally getting the 8 to 10 hours of sleep that I needed. Last week I was running on 4 hours, 5 hours, 3 hours, just consecutively back to back because I partied on Thursday and got up early for work, and then I partied Friday night and got up early because I was doing something else, and then
I think we figured out what else is hurting your gains.
Yeah, well, no, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. Once I start drinking, I don't get hungry. Once I also start smoking weed, I don't get hungry for the most part. It's just the days that catch me.
So now that's suppressing your hunger, lowering your calories. I'm talking about your gains because you want the bigger muscles.
Well, at this point,
most men aspire to have. Yes.
Yeah. I would say at this point in my life, I was more infatuated and obsessed with the number on the scale. And now that I saw the number on the scale that I wanted to see, I'll be more focused on gains from February forward. Up until where I was at right now, I was just focused on getting to 165. At my heaviest, at the beginning of last year, at my heaviest, I was 180. And I just couldn't justify being 180. My muscles were not big enough. My legs were not big enough. I was like not really tall. Like I just could not justify being 180 with nothing to show for it. So I thought I really need to get down to 170, 165, and when I get there, then I can work my way back up. More maintenance.
Yeah, with muscle. So you
Yeah.
want to main gain.
Yeah.
So to where, because most people, what they'll do, which because you have done, but for your audience who doesn't know, going on a bulk. So what you could have done, but you did because of your self-confidence, which I have also done. I could have used like my excessive body fat. Oh, I didn't even mention that. 3 years ago, I was a fat ass. I lost 50 pounds. That's also another thing why I wanted to work out. But also I didn't know at the time as much as I do now about fitness. So at that time, if I would have just stuck to weights instead of all the cardio that I did and lost all that weight, I could have used all that weight to turn into muscle. So my question for you is like, are you going to go into a dirty bulk? Because I'm sure you don't want to get to that again, because then that's pretty much going to undo everything that you just did.
Yeah.
So what you're going to want to do is be in a caloric surplus with all healthy food,
Very
if possible.
strategic one. Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of trying not to use, Wendy's or McDonald's to like bring in those extra calories. It's got to be healthy calories.
When you said Wendy's,
It's got. Oh yeah. God damn it. I'm surprised you didn't like.
No, I mean, it was up here. Yeah. This is a kid-friendly show. Fuck them kids.
Kids.
No,
But,
you're
yeah.
absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because that is like, because it's hard to lose weight and it's hard to gain weight. Some is easier for others than it is.
Right. Some
do,
people are just wired, genetically are wired to lose weight a little easier than other people. I think that was a controversy in the news a couple of weeks ago. What I plan to, so like I said, my main goal was from 180 to drop down to 165. So as I was going out and as I was like at work and everything, is if I could like have a beer, not on the clock, obviously job, but if I could have a beer like right after work, when I get home, I have a beer or something. Like I noticed that like really suppressed my hunger, and if I can make it to like 9 at night, then I shower at 9. Watch TV or YouTube video for 30-40 minutes and then go to bed at 10, then I made it the whole afternoon without having dinner. And that was a big way to cut calories in the beginning. Now, like I said, I saw the weight, so yeah, I'm going to be doing more of a mindful calorie surplus, but even then it's going to be really gradual, like just first starting to eat like I ate before, and then probably throwing in an extra protein shake or something.
Yeah, throw in a protein shake, and also look at like healthier, high calorie snacks like avocados.
Oh, I
like
have
avocado toast.
God, yeah.
Yeah, that is very high calorie. Like, and
Not
it has
only that,
good
it
fats.
tastes amazing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I had my first one like a few months ago, and I was like, "Oh my God, the hype is real. This is so good."
Yeah. I mean, I'm at a point where I put avocado on almost anything now. Like, I'm gonna make a quick sandwich. Let's cut up an avocado. I'm gonna do like tostadas or like any kind of taco or just anything. Let me put up some avocado on it. Or I'll put salt, like I'll make a guacamole salsa kind of thing and put that on everything, like Frank Hots, but for avocado.
Oh yeah, hot sauce. That's another cheat code.
Sriracha.
Oh yeah.
Sriracha is so good, and it's like just a really small thing that you can add to completely change the flavor of your food. But I mean, like you mentioned, it was the small daily lifestyle changes and the ingredients and everything that comes together. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to keep you for too much longer. I will be honest, I think we lost like 10 to 15 minutes of recording as far as video, but we got the whole audio, which is great.
Oh yeah.
And we've been talking for about an hour and 15 minutes, if I can count correctly. So, I mean, is there anything you would like to leave, mention, say, or do you want to just say goodbye? Like, is there a message or an overall theme about your fitness goal or journey that you would like to share?
So, if you have a goal and you're actually willing to achieve it, not just BS around, but like, oh yeah, I'm like 300 pounds, but I want to get down to like 220. If you're serious about it, there are ways to do it, and it doesn't have to be drastic. It doesn't have to like completely change your lifestyle. You just have to change one thing at a time until it just seems like the new normal. Whether that be changing some of the foods you eat, exercise, it could just be walking, get some dumbbells, get some resistant bands. Body workouts are fantastic, and there's plenty of people on YouTube that can help you find different routines to do. My thing is, it's as long as you have a realistic goal, it's possible. You just got to have the actual drive. You got to have that moment where you say, I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. Something's got to change. And then you just have that fire burning within you to get it done. But, if you're going through something right now, trying to achieve your goals, keep going. If you lose inspiration along the way, find new inspiration, stay motivated. If you lose motivation, go to discipline. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. And if you have a comment section, they can always ask, and then me and you can answer any questions.
All the 20 people that are going to see this, we're going to go crazy on this. No, you're absolutely right. I can't even add anything to that. That's perfect. One of the things I always say somewhere in each podcast episode is, how do you eat an elephant? It's one bite at a time. So everything is going to be like this gigantic feat that you just can't do, but it's going on a walk for 10 minutes every day, and then expanding that to 20 minutes, and then trying to do a push-up and trying to do a sit-up, and then maybe your apartment, or even not even having an apartment gym, or getting a gym membership, or buying the $10 resistance bands on Amazon to get you started. Like you mentioned, the barrier to entry for working out is not high. Don't believe what the people on social media tell you, because it's really easy to just start doing push-ups and start going on runs and start doing walks. So you can do it. It's just baby steps.
Oh, yeah.
Just baby steps.
Just baby steps.
Yeah. With that being said, thank you for joining. I told you we were going to talk for about an hour and a half, and with the little on camera and off camera and a little before, we're right at an hour and a half. So
fantastic.
I would hate to cut this off, but at some point, realistically, we have to cut it off. So.
And we can always talk another time as well.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to being able to talk to you again. Maybe next time, not about working out, or more about working out again. I'm happy with the way this conversation went out. So, with that being said, this is another episode of A Conversation About.
Yeah. Peace.